our community, and they are trying to take away our schools. I'm looking around and I can see a lot of familiar faces, which for me is brilliant. It makes my heart swell. This school is a beautiful school. There are people I can see here who've taught all of my children. My son is now 20. Okay? They are dedicated to our community. And if Prendergast get their way and take this school out of the local authority, they will destroy our community school, our beautiful school. Whose schools?
Our schools!
Whose schools?
Our schools!
They said that one of the reasons they wanted to have an academy is because there is no evidence that academies make education worse, which is not even true, bizarrely. So if you look at the Office of National Statistics report that they quoted, it's quite clear that public schools have a pass rate of SATs of 63%, for example, and academies have a pass rate of 59%. So there is evidence that academies make education worse, but what a bizarre rationale for disrupting our children's education.
I'm here not as an expert, not as a seasoned campaigner, as a parent who felt the consultation was woefully inadequate from the word go.
My son goes to school here. You know, generally we're in favour of the local council controlling schools and running schools. That doesn't mean that the council are perfect and don't make mistakes, they do. But having an academy trust run the school is really not helpful. It reduces the amount of democracy, the school's taken away from the community, and ultimately we think it will be harmful for our kids.
Our schools are doing well as it is. They say they're going to protect teachers' pay and terms and conditions. They can't promise that because that's down to the Secretary of State for Education. So that again, I feel like being given an empty promise is much worse than being given an honest answer.
Hello, my name's David Cox. I'm the Head of History at Prendergast School. I'm very firmly against the idea of academisation. Academisation is the equivalent of strip mining. You drag people directly out of university, you grind them into the ground, you ensure that they are bullied to a point where they leave the profession after only 4 years. The only people that are able to survive in that environment are those people who are prepared to bully themselves. So you end up with a group of senior leadership that have almost no long-term experience, running a staff that has no experience. Therefore, each time an event happens, it's a crisis, and you lurch from one crisis to another, with the focus being entirely on the monetisation of students.
I'm Maureen Murphy. I'm one of the union reps at Prendergast Hillyfields, and we are here this morning because we love our school and we love how it currently is. Our students are happy and they succeed, and that's what matters to us, and that's why we are striking against academisation. Having worked in an academy previously, I know what that can mean, and that's not what I want for my students or for my colleagues.
My name's Alex Gwinnett. I'm a union rep at Ladywell Prendergast Primary School, and we're here today. Great turnout, as you can see. Lots of very, very worried teachers about the future of our school.
I'm Erin Lynch. I'm the Head of Faculty for Performance at Prendergast Ladywell School. I'm here today because we are pushing against the academy. Our schools are good. Some are outstanding. It's absolutely fabulous. I have so much faith in our schools that I've enrolled my daughter as the only option for her next year, and she starts at the primary school next year. However, the thought of a school becoming a private business, regardless of their reinsurances, makes it so concerning for the welfare of our children, the state of education, and holistically for Lewisham as a whole, the Lewisham education. We would be carving out something from the Lewisham family of schools. 5 schools is not a small amount of schools to then turn into a private business.
The staff up to now have been very happy. We have got a very good ethos at the school. It's a very nurturing place for secondary and primary. We've been a happy staff until now.
My experience personally, and this is obviously just anecdotal, was a school where data mattered more than people, where everything felt panicked and rushed and stressful due to the kind of performance management regime that they had in place, where teachers didn't feel comfortable being creative, had very little autonomy over what they taught in the classrooms, weren't able to maybe make the best choices for the students in front of them, and an environment that was a really uncomfortable work environment. And that's not what it's like here, and that's what I want to keep, preserve this special ethos and special place.
Prendergast is a unique set of jewels within Lewisham education, and we will be smashed to pieces by this proposal.
Any reasonable employer, having looked at your ballot result, having looked at all the opposition and having looked at the consultation responses, would think, we've not done this right, we need to step away and try it in a different way. I'd just like to say thank you very much for coming and keep up the fight.